Every new dad should know these important things about your baby's first day of life. As a dad, you're going to want to focus on skin to skin. That's where they're going to hand you the baby. You'll take your shirt off and you're going to hold the baby on your chest, similar to this, just without a shirt on. It's going to help with their bond, creating that connection between dad and baby. Nothing bad can happen from doing skin to skin with your baby. It's only a good thing. It's only going to help your bond. After your baby's born, usually within a couple hours, they're going to transfer you to a different room, usually a little bit smaller. This room is where you're going to spend the rest of your day or days at the hospital. In my situation, the room we got moved to was a lot smaller, a lot more cramped, and a lot more uncomfortable. Once you get settled into your new room, it's going to be very important that you're counting how many times your baby is pooping and peeing. Usually they should have some sort of whiteboard. You can make tallies on the whiteboard of how many poops and how many pees. You're also going to want to write down the timestamps for when those happen. During the first couple days, your baby's poop is going to be like a black tar. It's super hard to wipe off and it's honestly crazy. It looks like black tar. The nurses and doctor are going to ask if you're going to breastfeed or formula feed. Either way is fine, and whichever way your partner chooses, make sure you're there to help support. If it's breastfeeding, help them with the latch, help them with how to hold them. Or if it's formula, help make the bottles, stuff like that. Just be supportive in her decision on what she wants to do. Helping with the diapers is going to be very important while you're in the hospital. Number one, you can ask questions if you're unsure on how to do things. You have professionals around you that can help you and guide you. Number two, you don't want to have your partner worrying about that because of obviously what she just went through. You want to handle it and you want to get comfortable with doing that so when you go home, there's no issue. Your baby's going to have a very irregular sleep pattern. At first, we were kind of scared to both go to sleep at the same time in the hospital. So we kind of took turns. One person would take an hour or so nap or, vice versa. We would kind of do trade-offs. And then eventually we did get comfortable enough to where we'd both fall asleep and we'd know that the baby would cry and wake us up, and then we'd be there. Make sure you understand what's happening with your baby. They're going to be doing like hearing tests, giving them shots, stuff like that. Just make sure you're informed on what's going on. You don't want to have something happen to them and be like, okay, and what was that again? Ask questions. Don't be afraid to speak up. Both of your lives have literally changed forever. You now have a newborn to take care of. Everything that you used to do, you no longer can do. You have to think about your little one first. So definitely, be mindful that your partner, she now has to provide for a child. So definitely, make sure you're talking to her, make sure you're asking how she feels, make sure you're keeping her hydrated, make sure she's resting, do all the things you can do to overly, support her. There's nothing wrong with a great support system. You want to make sure you're present and not glued to your phone, taking pictures and videos of your baby's, first days at the hospital or just right after she was born. These are those memories you can't get back. In our situation, a nurse offered to take our phone and take pictures for us. That way I didn't have to worry about capturing those memories myself. Make sure you bring your phone charger so you don't miss any of these important moments that you'll never be able to get back, and it only happens once. A baby is only born once. I always want to emphasize, please do not be afraid to ask questions. You're going to be surrounded by medical professionals that they have probably heard it all, right? No question is a dumb question, especially when it involves your baby. Make sure you speak up, be confident, and be the voice for your partner when she's going through the most, traumatic and amazing time of her life. Make sure you are the one taking control, asking questions, being able to relay what's going on to your partner, and being her voice. I'm very sad making this video. I have to look down and see a Band-Aid on my baby's leg. She had her 1-month checkup yesterday and she had to get a shot. So she's healing just fine. Everything is going good. We're so happy.